Hello everyone, and welcome to Laughing at Liberty Hangout. I am once again joined by my friend Cam. Cam, hello.
Hello, Hugh. It's great to be back.
We're here, we're laughing at some more conservative cringe, but we're honing in a bit more specifically now on the very cringe, supposedly libertarian political group, the Liberty Hangout. So, Liberty Hangout, for those who don't know, it's Kaitlin Bennett, the gun girl. So, they have a libertarian political group that we are going to be looking at some very spicy takes from. But before we do that, Cam, you have a very special message for everyone.
I do. I don't know the exact stats. I just know that not a lot of people subscribe.
You can see the stats here now.
And it would just be a massive help to Hugh and his YouTube aspirations, because he's going places. But you can help get him there faster.
This was far more wholesome than I was expecting. Anyway, so let's have a quick introduction to the Liberty Hangout here. First of all, let's go for their self-proclaimed goal here, right? Their agenda is very blunt. Our goal is to infiltrate libertarianism and make it right-wing. Simple.
It's not very subtle infiltration.
Exactly, and it's one of their biggest tweets, and it's like, oh, that's smart.
Yeah. They'll never see it coming.
Oh, they're hardly very mask on about it. Like, so many of their tweets are just things like real libertarians think drugs and porn should be banned. That's not what that is. Marijuana is the devil's lettuce and should be opposed. Devil's lettuce.
Sounds like satire.
Exactly. That's one thing that we'll see throughout this video. They seem like they're joking, but I'm pretty sure they're not. Or like, I'm 100% sure, because also linked in the description there's going to be a video of someone going into. There were basically a bunch of leaked like conversations between people who run the Liberty Hangout. A lot of it was like Jewish question stuff, like dog whistling. Let's move on. Ooh, we're going to Trump monarchy. There's a lot of these. So basically, part of this is that whoever runs this account has a bit of a monarch fetish for Donald Trump. The difference between a republic and an empire is the loyalty of one's army, Julius Caesar. And if you see here, we have a picture of Trump with the sort of the head thing.
Yeah.
With like leaves and stuff. I'm going to expose you a bit here, Cam. You studied Latin. Tell me about this.
What they'd give it to the generals of returning armies who were successful in campaigns. Yeah,
really?
they had to wear it as they went on the parade back through the city of Rome.
Okay, that's a surprising amount of information.
Yeah, you were going to call me out and try and embarrass myself.
I was! I won't be telling my grandkids that Donald Trump was the 45th president of the United States. I'll be telling them that Donald Trump was the first king of the USA. Which, okay, not the weirdest one.
No, oh, not the weirdest one.
That's like dumb, but you can see someone like doing that as a joke. But it gets weirder. Okay, next up. We're going up now. We've got from like king to emperor. We're sort of building our way. Here we have, every state suing should secede from the union and make Donald Trump the king of our new nation. Rise, Emperor Trump, we will serve your kingdom with honor. And then
Hugh, you're being punked. This is satire.
I swear to God it's not.
Look at that and tell me we're not being punked right now.
Like, it's exaggeratory, but they mean it. Starting off very silly here. This is the silly stuff. We're getting serious soon.
Looks like it's about to like drop the the hottest single of 2020.
It looks like a fucking Kanye West album cover. I think this makes it a little bit less jokey. Here we go. Here's Kaitlin Bennett selling a shirt that says, "Trump is my king," right there. Donald Trump isn't just my president, he's my king. Get your shirt today. So I think not only is it like serious, it's a grift. It's a real grift. It's like
It's a merge.
Yeah, exactly. Here's more King Trump stuff here. George Washington should have declared himself king while he had the opportunity to do so.
Liberty.
Very libertarian. Very, very American value. You know, the country that was founded off of fleeing from our king. I like how a lot of the tweets are all caps. As well. There seems to be quite a lot of passion about it. Do you want to read this one? Read this one as if, it's being spoken. It's just all caps. I want to hear some force behind it.
I hope Donald Trump never leaves the White House and declares himself King of America.
Let's go! Before we go back to the really silly stuff, let's have a little bit of a reality show. Let's go into the really sus folder. So Liberty Hangout tweeted, asking out of curiosity, do you believe the Holocaust happened as we've been told? A poll, yes, and then the other side is not exactly. Someone asked Liberty Hangout, what do you think? And they said, it doesn't seem possible that 6 million were killed.
Why?
That's called Nazi shit. It's so weird looking at this account because we have like, oh, this is a silly, funny tweet about Trump being Emperor God. Like, ha ha ha, cringe. But then the other side is like, oh, Holocaust denial. This is what I mean when they're serious. Here we have the photo of a policeman with guns pointing at protesters, and it just says, we need more of this, but with live rounds. It's the only way to stop the riots.
Somehow, I'm just picturing it. The riots about police brutality. If the police then began killing everyone. I just don't get the impression riots would end.
But like, this is what I mean. Like, as much as they seem to joke about being monarchists, They're literally they're advocating for killing people who are just questioning the president. They're super authoritarian. Let's go on to now. Let's just like really see. So they call themselves Liberty Hangout, but kind of had a little touch upon like how not libertarian they are. But here's some real shit. I wouldn't be mad if Donald Trump abused his authority as president to make sure Democrats could never gain power again. This is what they do. This is their account. Yeah. It is unfathomable that anyone follows them and thinks, oh yeah, I'm a libertarian. This is like the Ben Shapiro wing of libertarianism, who he's like, oh yeah, I'm a libertarian, and then he goes, oh, being gay, that's banned. I think what they mean by this, I have an extra special one on my phone that was posted today. Right? Exciting. This really sells like what we're talking about here. I would be perfectly okay with outlawing the Libertarian Party. Who agrees? So we've got
genius.
We're gonna secretly infiltrate the Libertarian Party too. Oh, we want Emperor Trump to smite them.
We'll take them down from the inside, boys. They'll never see it coming. We're gonna be so anti-libertarian party that they think we're just joking.
Yeah. It's so ironic. It's like what happened to you in the beginning of this video. You were fooled into thinking they were a meme. But no. Yeah. Here's the ultimate libertarian take. You cannot have liberty without first having order.
They just watched Star Wars, I'm pretty sure.
Is that from Star Wars?
The First Order, the sequels, they're like, we are the First Order.
Oh, yeah.
We need order to rule the galaxy for freedom to exist.
The space Nazis. This is the least libertarian take I think anyone can imagine. We need to have authoritarianism so you can be free is the opposite of what libertarianism is. And it's
I mean, they did say their mission is to infiltrate libertarianism.
Exactly, they just said it. Really people still follow them. Let's do some cope. Some cope. Let's have a look for Liberty Hangout being doomers. If we concede 2020, there won't be a 2024. You heard that right. Biden will make sure there is no 2024. The radical, crazy guy Biden.
How do we interpret this? Do we interpret this as saying he won't hold an election in 2024, or the world will end in 2024?
I think
because he does something so bad that society is destroyed.
I think the best way to interpret this is as a threat. I think it's if we concede 2020, we will blow up the world. Yeah, we will ensure there is no 2024. This was the third option we didn't see. One might say it's the third way. Okay, more doomer. This was from, I believe, Coping MAGA. Shout out to them. Trump is the rightful president of the United States, and we, the people, will not accept a communist puppet installed illegally.
Oh my god, they illegally downloaded him off the internet.
You wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't install Joe Biden.
So I installed a president.
Amazing. How on earth do they think Joe Biden's a communist puppet? There isn't a single communist in, like, the American political sphere. The closest you'll get is a democratic socialist. And those are different things.
Commie, I think, is a very large umbrella these days. It doesn't have to mean communist. Just, a commie is just someone who's kind of disagrees with you. It's
just someone you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some guy bumped into me the line at Asda earlier. Commie. Here's a good one. I really enjoyed this, which was one about Dan Crenshaw. Do you know who Dan Crenshaw is?
Yes.
Yes, so Dan Crenshaw. I am 100% convinced that Dan Crenshaw voted for Joe Biden. This was because he basically said Trump's lost. Yeah. When he was like, someone was like, okay, maybe he's lost, and they were like, wow, can't.
How dare you?
How dare you? You're betraying our hero. Oh yeah, here's just one about lockdown. They're just crying about lockdown. If cops are going to enforce lockdowns and mask mandates, they're going to take your guns. Call your local sheriff now and demand that they stop enforcing unconstitutional laws before it's too late. Now, if we have a little bit of a flashback, you'll remember that they asked police to please shoot protesters with actual live ammunition. So, but hey, asking you to wear a mask in Target, that's unconstitutional, baby.
Don't wear a mask in Target. Otherwise, you yourself might become a target. Police.
We got him. We figured it out. Here's just a funny thing that happened. So there was a big beef on Liberty Hangout Twitter, right, about race, and I think they used the N-word basically. And someone was like, "Why you're racist?" And then they tweeted, "I'm black, you racist fuck." But then here we see the guy who runs the Liberty Hangout Twitter account is this guy, the digital production manager and social media manager and meme extraordinaire. Can you see him there? The thing that's also nice about this is that we get to see who is posting these memes. This is the guy simping for Daddy Emperor God Lord Trump to please come and tuck him in at night whilst he wrecks the libs. Joe Jorgensen, who was the Libertarian presidential candidate, what did the KKK, Reagan, and the NRA have in common? Fighting for gun control in the passage of Mulford Act after 30 Black Panther Party members carried guns to a political protest at the CA Capitol. Learn about the racist history of gun control here. So this was actually a really interesting story, which is basically in a lot of places in America. Gun control was only passed when black people started using them. Well, not even using them, just holding them in public. And then Liberty Hangout. Why am I not shocked that the Libertarian Party candidate starts her campaign by standing alongside a black supremacist organization? Very consistent in their love of guns. Guns for all, unless you're these people.
They're really doing a great job of subtly infiltrating Liberty Party.
Exactly.
By
really
publicly outing them on Twitter.
They're really good at just like sneaking into the Libertarian Party and just like slightly pushing the Overton window, like, you know, right a bit, a little bit every time, you know. Like first it's like, well, maybe weed isn't that great. Then it's, oh, black people shouldn't have guns.
They're gonna subtly influence Joe Jorgensen.
It's not Jorgensen. It's not Jorgensen. I had a guy who ran for Libertarian Party on the podcast, and I said Joe Jorgensen, and he was like, whoa, that was way too European, buddy. It's Jorgensen. And I was like, I'm sorry.
A surname with European roots and heritage.
Exactly. No,
you're pronouncing it far too European for my liking.
Here's some religious crap. So here's the Liberty Hangout sort of goal for you in life. It's not just live freely and do whatever you want. It's get married, make babies, follow Jesus.
Amen.
Amen, brother. Make more babies to follow Jesus.
Jesus did neither got married nor made babies.
Separation of church and state. This is the Liberty Hangout's take on that. So famously, separation of church and state is a big thing in American politics. Like in the Constitution, it's very much like they should be different. It was like a real American value which has kind of been forgotten by most Republicans. Separation of church and state is for losers and Satanists. We should absolutely be forcing our Christian values on the country. Look at what the alternative has become. So Cam, first of all, are you a loser or a Satanist? Because I don't think you can be both. I think if you're a Satanist, you're pretty cool.
Oh, I was going to say I'm both, but...
Oh.
I'm probably more loser, yeah.
Fair enough. See...
Here's the big question. When they said that George Washington should have crowned himself king...
Yeah.
Do they want a king who's a loser? Because he's pretty much for the separation of church and state.
Ooh, interesting. But that's the thing, though, because like so much of this, they talk about the founding fathers and like, oh yeah, we love them. We need to stick to their values, where it's like... a lot of their values... you hate, as awful as a lot of their opinions were on things like, you know, obviously during the time, slavery, gay people, etc., they wouldn't have been in favor of shooting protesters in the face. When you kind of look at Liberty Hangout, it's a journey, because you start with the monarchist taste, and you're like, ah ha ha ha, funny. But then you go on, and you're like, oh, they're fine with the state shooting people who disagree with them. Oh, they want no separation of church and state. Oh, then you're like, okay, they are just monarchists. They're also Holocaust deniers. So, yeah. This has been Laughing at Liberty Hangouts. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to the Twitter account Coping Magger, as I said earlier. A decent bit of this stuff came from them, so check them out. They're a really funny Twitter account, and they're quite good at keeping on the toes of Liberty Hangouts hot takes. So yeah, I'd check them out. And follow Cam at Cam McGuire on Instagram. Check him out.
I post daily political content on there.
If you're more of a fan of me, you can subscribe at Dutiful Future on Twitter. Yeah. Sure. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. If you've got any more cringe you want to throw at us, shout it in the comments. Say what videos you want to make us do next. All of that stuff. And yeah.
Alright.
And we're ending it on that. Bye, everyone.